Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Heather Rose Up. I am Heather. Before I get started on this week's update, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can continue to follow along on my weight loss journey. If you'd like to see how I did this week with my daily goals, keep watching. Happy Monday, crazy hair, don't care. It is close to 4 o'clock and I'm outside watching my kids scoot and skate on the sidewalk, enjoying the sunshine and the slightly warmer weather. And I wanted to share what my goal is for today. We are getting takeout tonight and I will probably indulge. Therefore, my goal is to track it, regardless of how things go with my weeklies. I didn't make goals for myself on Saturday and Sunday, but I have been tracking, and I still have approximately like 25 weeklies left over, so things are going well there. But we rarely eat out, and we want to contribute, and I'm sure that there are many healthy options, but we are getting wings, among other things. And my goal is to just track it, just to stay with the habit of tracking it all. So I will check back in tomorrow to let you know how that goes. Good morning and happy Tuesday. I am currently making my breakfast and I already tracked my breakfast for the day. And yesterday my goal was to track honestly with ordering takeout and ordering indulgent takeout. And I did. I am negative 12 weeklies for the week. I actually had more weeklies yesterday than I had thought I was going to have. So, yeah, and I did indulge. My husband and I split a sandwich, and I had a couple of wings. And I ended up at negative 12 weeklies for the day. I think considering what we did have, I think I did okay. And the most important part is I tracked it, and that was my goal. Regardless of what I ate, my goal was to track it, and I did. So I feel motivated for today, and I feel motivated to compensate for yesterday. So my goal for today is to not only track everything, but to get a blue dot and to walk for 20 minutes. And it is cold and looking a little bleak out there, but I'm going to get out and I'm going to walk. I will check back in tomorrow to let you know how the rest of today went. So keep watching. So I'm attempting to record this using my headphones. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's still Tuesday, and as you saw earlier, the weather is pretty crummy. And we had severe thunderstorms, and I remember thinking, oh, I'm not going to walk today. And then the skies cleared up. So here I am, keeping my promise to myself, accomplishing my goal and getting out walking. I don't know if you can see my breath. I can see my breath. It's cold. But I'm out walking for at least 20 minutes. And it feels good to get out of the house. I'll let you know how the rest of today goes. I pre-tracked the rest of my day, so hopefully I will continue to stay on the right path and earn that blue dot. I'll check in tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. As you saw in the previous clip from yesterday, I got out and did my walk, even though it was chilly, and I was hoping to make an excuse, and I didn't, and I pushed through. My other goal was to get a blue dot, which I did not do. Yesterday, if I had stopped eating around 10:30, 11 o'clock even, and gone to bed, I probably would have gotten a blue dot. I stopped tracking and just continued to snack, and I decided to stay up and do some mindless eating and binge watch TV. And I wasn't going to track it, and I was just going to say that I didn't get a blue dot. But then this morning I decided to go back in and track it, and I didn't do that bad. I was less mindless eating, but still continued to snack regardless. And I ended up using 30 daily points yesterday, so out of the blue dot range. and I'm not beating myself up over it because I feel good about making that goal, and I'm still tracking, and I went back and tracked what I said I wasn't going to track. So trying to stay positive, trying to push forward, and today I made new goals, and I based my goals off of my self-reflection on how things went yesterday. My goal is to get a blue dot today, but in order to do that, my goal is to close my kitchen at 10:30 and go to bed no later than 11 o'clock tonight, because I do know that most of my mindless eating happens at night. I go through the whole day doing really well, and then at night it's like my release, my me time where nobody's bugging me, and that's when I continue to mindless eat when I should be continuing to take better care of myself. So closed kitchen at 10:30, going to bed by 11 o'clock, getting a blue dot, and 32 ounces of water. I'm going to use the new water tracker on the WW app and go from there. I've noticed my lips look a little dehydrated lately, so I definitely need to up my water game and pay more attention to that. So keep watching, and we'll see how the rest of today goes, and I will let you know tomorrow if I was able to accomplish those goals. Keep watching. Good morning, happy Thursday. I wanted to check in and let you guys know how I did yesterday. Well, let me start off by saying I accomplished my 32 ounce water goal. And around 10:15, I decided I was just gonna go to bed. So my goal for stopping eating by 10:30 and then going to bed by 11 would have been accomplished. And then I woke up at around between 1 and 2, and I decided to come downstairs and eat. I'm not really sure what's going on with my late night snacking. I know I need to get it together, and I felt like I was hungry, but I'm not really sure if I was. So I need to do some evaluating there. So I did not get my blue dot, and I'm trying so hard not to beat myself up over it. I've been very sloppy when it comes to tracking this week, but I'm going to turn that thinking around. I'm going to say I have been tracking somewhat, whereas the weeks prior, I hadn't been tracking at all. And I've been mindful of my choices. Even last night when I was snacking, I still ate less than I would have a couple of weeks ago. So we're trying to be positive. I'm trying to be positive and turn that thinking around. Tomorrow starts a new week on WW. Holy crazy hair, I'm sorry. This is quarantine hair, don't care. Anyway, tangent. It's been a while since I've done one of those. So yeah, tomorrow starts a new week with WW, and I'm hopeful that I will be able to clean things up when it comes to my tracking and try to stay a little bit more focused. And I'm not stopping with my goals for today, because just because tomorrow starts a new week, I'm still pushing through, and I have goals for today, and that is to do what I didn't do yesterday and what I did yesterday. So 32 ounces of water, a blue dot, go to bed or stop eating by 10:30 and go to bed by 11. I will check back in tomorrow and maybe do a post or a pre-workshop, virtual workshop reflection like I used to do in my van. Yeah. And if you're struggling with the same things, let me know. It's always encouraging to know when other people are going through the same thing, because this is not easy by any means. And doing this journey alone is not easy, but doing it during a pandemic, we have to cut ourselves a little slack, but still try to reel it in and stay focused. It's all about balance, and I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, I will check back in tomorrow morning. So I'm done with my workshop. I didn't do a pre-workshop reflection like I had thought about yesterday. Maybe next week I will do that like I used to do when I would go into the workshops physically. But to recap on how things went this week, I feel like I did a lot of good things, and then there are some things that I definitely need some improvement on. We all have different things that we could do better with, but I really want to stay positive and focus on the good changes that I made this week. The first thing is I tracked a lot more than I have been, and even when I knew the results of tracking would be a little scary, like when I indulged on Monday, I still tracked it. I also increased my water intake this week, and that's another good thing that I did. Something else that I did that was good was I was more active. I went walking 3 times this week, which yesterday, by the way, I didn't mention that I went for a walk. I went for a walk with my son. He was actually struggling with schoolwork, and I said, hey, how about we stop what we're doing and we go for a walk? And he said, that's a good idea. So he and I went for a walk. He was able to de-stress a little so he can come back with a fresh mind, and I did the same thing. So these healthy habits that I'm trying to work on, I'm also trying to pass along on to my family. Some of the things that I think I need to improve on is definitely to be more diligent with staying on plan. I struggled, as you saw, with eating at night and going over my weeklies, but my main focus this past week, again, was to track it, and I did that. So I think I did a great job, and I'll just push to do better next week. In my workshop today, one of my good friends who I used to see at my regular workshops, one of her goals last week was to, she's been treating herself more with food treats. And it was suggested last week that she track that first and then base the rest of her day around that, so adjust accordingly. I have, my family and I, we don't eat out often. We don't get treats often. But during this time, we definitely have been getting takeout more. We're trying to help support small businesses locally, which was a little bit of a struggle on Monday, as you saw, because they're, if you get takeout, typically they're more indulgent foods. So if I do that going forward, my plan is to track that first, hopefully, and work around it. Otherwise, just to track it like I did on Monday was a good first step. But today, we have a surprise treat for my kids. I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want them to hear, but we're going out for ice cream. So my plan is to track that first and then adjust what I'm eating for the rest of the day accordingly. I already had my breakfast, and I made sure that it was a 0 Smart Point breakfast because I knew that I would be getting something later. So that's something that I know I can work on. How did I do this week? Well, as I mentioned, I am proud of the progress that I made with getting back into healthy habits, and I gained this week. I weighed in at 192.4, which means I gained 2 pounds this week. Now, I'm not discouraged still. I was talking in the workshop this morning about things that could have caused the gain. Number 1, I know it's because I went over my points and I wasn't staying on plan, even though I tracked it. Number 2, I've also increased my water intake. Now, some of the things I've learned after going to workshops for over a year is that this happens, even if we are following plan and not going into the negative with our weeklies. Increase in water, increase in physical activity, especially when you're not used to it, can cause you to experience a gain. Going over in my weeklies, the extra water, especially within the past 3 days, and extra activity can all have contributed to the 2 pound increase. I know to continue to trust the plan. Yes, I can push to do a little better next week. I also know that if I just continue to do what I'm doing and to stay on plan, I trust the program, it'll come off. I know this. So I'm staying positive, I'm staying motivated, and I'm still happy with how I did last week, even with the gain. So my goals for next week is to record every day and make a daily goal. And also to stay on plan this week. I do not want to go into the negative this week. I'm interested in knowing what your goals are. So in the comment section below, let me know what different goals that you've been making for yourself and what you've been working on. And maybe I will get inspired each day to base my goals off of maybe what your goals are and think, what, I could be doing that too. So give me some good feedback. I want some information on what you're doing that's working for you, and we can kind of work together with accomplishing our goals. If you found this video helpful in any way, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I will be uploading a new video every Sunday at 5 p.m., but make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get an alert so you can continue to follow along on my weight loss journey. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.